Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonlit Arcana. If this is your first time here, I am so glad you found your way to this channel. Moonlit Arcana is a space for deep, intuitive card readings that meet you exactly where you are. Whether you are here for love, for clarity, for spiritual guidance, or simply because something inside you said to follow this, you are in the right place. I read for the collective, and I genuinely believe that if you are here today, there is something in this reading that is meant for you. Before we begin, not every message will apply to everyone watching. Take what speaks to your soul and gently release anything that does not feel like yours. You always know best what is true for you. Today, we are working with the Soul Contract card deck. This deck speaks directly to the deeper layers of who we are. The soul agreements we made before we arrived here, the lessons we came to learn, the path that was written into us long before the noise of the world got loud. When this deck comes out, the messages go deep. This reading is coming in for life purpose and soul path. If you have been asking, why am I here? What am I meant to be doing? Why does something feel off, even when everything looks fine on the surface? This reading is for you. Let us begin. What do we need to know? What is coming in for this soul path reading today, please? And what I am getting from these first two cards together is that you are being called into a deeper relationship with your own knowing. Not the knowledge that comes from books or other people's opinions or what the world tells you your life should look like, but the ancient, quiet, cellular knowing that lives inside you and has always been there. These two cards together are one of the most spiritually rich combinations I could have pulled for a soul path reading. So let us start with Celestial Wisdom. This card speaks to a quality of intelligence that goes far beyond the mind. Celestial wisdom is the knowing that arrives in still moments, in dreams, in gut feelings, in those flashes of clarity that feel more true than anything you could have reasoned your way to. And what I am getting from this card is that many of you have access to an extraordinary level of inner guidance. You always have. But somewhere along the way, through the demands of daily life, through other people's expectations, you stopped fully trusting it. What I find so interesting about Celestial Wisdom landing as the very first card in a soul path reading is that it is not starting with action. It is not saying, go do this or make this move. It is starting with receptivity. It is saying, before anything else, before you make any decision, before you take any next step, you need to come back into alignment with the part of you that already knows. Because your soul has a compass, and celestial wisdom is telling you that compass is accurate. The problem has never been that you do not know your path. The problem is that you have not fully trusted what you know. Now let us bring in Lunar Protector, because sitting right beside Celestial Wisdom, this card is completing something really important. Lunar Protector carries a deeply feminine, deeply intuitive energy. It is about the protection that comes not from armor or defense, but from deep-rootedness in who you are. Being so connected to your own truth that the things which used to destabilize you simply cannot reach you in the same way anymore. What I am getting from Lunar Protector is that for many of you on your soul path right now, there has been a vulnerability to outside influence. Other people's voices have been louder than your own. You have been shaped by what others think you should do, who others think you should be, what purpose is supposed to look like from the outside. And Lunar Protector is saying, It is time to come home. Your soul path cannot be navigated by consensus. It can only be navigated from within. Together, Celestial Wisdom and Lunar Protector are saying, the guidance you need is already inside you. Quiet the noise. Trust the knowing. Protect your inner world fiercely. Everything that follows depends on this foundation. But let us see what else is coming in for this soul path reading today, please. And the Akashic Records. Oh my goodness, yes! Because this card arriving in this reading right now is extraordinary, and I want to sit with this one for a moment because this does not show up lightly. For those who are not familiar, the Akashic Records refers to a universal library from spiritual tradition. Every soul, every experience, every contract, every lesson, all of it recorded, all of it accessible at a soul level. And when this card appears in a reading about life purpose, what it is saying is profound. It is saying that what you are searching for, the answer to why you are here, what you came to do, what your soul agreed to before you arrived, is not hidden from you. It is written, and on some level, you already have access to it. What I am getting from this card is that many of you are at a point where something is becoming available that was not before. A layer of understanding about your own story is opening up. Patterns that confused you are beginning to make sense. Experiences that felt painful or purposeless are starting to reveal their shape. This is the Akashic Record saying, you are ready to see more of the truth of your own path than you have been able to see until now. This card is also speaking to past experiences, and I want to be really honest with you about what I see here, because for some of you there have been chapters that felt like detours, relationships that ended, careers that did not work out, paths that seemed right and then fell apart. And the Akashic Records is telling you that none of it was without purpose. Every chapter was written into the contract. Every wound carried a lesson. Every loss created a capacity in you that is directly relevant to what you came here to do. Nothing was wasted, not one experience. That reframe alone, if you really let it land, changes everything about how you move forward. But let us see what the final card is bringing in today, please. And call to authenticity. Wow, this is the card this entire reading has been building toward, and it is landing with so much weight, so much clarity, so much love from the deck. Call to authenticity is exactly what it sounds like. A direct, clear invitation from your soul to stop performing a version of yourself built for other people's comfort and start living in full alignment with who you actually are. And I know that sounds straightforward, but I want to be really honest with you, because for many of you, this is the thing that has been standing between you and your soul path for a long time. Not lack of talent, not bad timing, the gap between who you are performing and who you actually are. What I am getting from this card is that there is a version of you that you have been keeping quiet, a perspective, a gift, a way of seeing the world, a calling that you have been dimming because it felt too big or too unusual or too far from what people around you would understand. And call to authenticity is your soul saying, that is the part. That is the exact part you have been minimizing. That is the most important thing you carry. The thing that feels most uniquely, uncomfortably, undeniably you. That is your soul path speaking. That is what you came here with. Notice what you feel when I say that, because for many of you, something just moved. This card is also speaking to how you show up in the world going forward. Call to authenticity is not just an inner experience. it eventually becomes an outer one. The choices you make, the work you put into the world, the opportunities you say yes to, and the ones you finally have the courage to say no to. Authenticity lived on the inside eventually has to come out. And this card is saying the time for it to come out is now. And here is what all 4 cards are saying together. You came here with celestial wisdom encoded in your soul. You have a lunar protector within you that knows how to guard your inner truth. Your path is written in the Akashic Records, and every experience has been preparing you for it. And now your soul is issuing its clearest call yet. Stop living in the edges of yourself and step fully into the center of who you are. That is your purpose, not a title, not a role. You, fully expressed. That is what the world needs from you. This is your reading for today, everyone, and if this is your first time at Moonlit Arcana, truly welcome. I hope this reading gave you a sense of what this channel is about. We go deep here. Every reading is made with the intention that it lands for the exact soul who needs it. If something in this reading moved you today, drop a comment below. Which card spoke to you most? Celestial Wisdom, Lunar Protector, Akashic Records, or Call to Authenticity? I read every single comment, and I love hearing how these messages land. If you enjoyed this reading, please like this video and subscribe to Moonlit Arcana. It helps this community grow, and it means more souls find these readings when they need them most. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you watching today. Have a beautiful day, everyone.